Hey guys, Kapper here, welcome back. So let's get an up-to-the-minute update on our Southern Illinois farm. On the first time ever, we're trying the buffalo crimping food plot system. So let's check in on the buckwheat. I'm also going to give you an overview from aerial photos of where we have planted the buckwheat, and then we'll get a look on the ground as well, see how each of these plots are doing, or at least most of them, and see if the weeds are going to win this year, or if we might get a W with the buckwheat, or if it's going to be a tie. So let's get some fresh air. Thanks a lot. All right, let's start with this big highline food plot. This is one of my favorite places to hunt. There's an old wooden deer tower here. But let's check in right on this one, how the buckwheat's doing. All right, these are pathetic. This used to be field here, you know, like that. I just mowed it more. You could obviously tell this old farm field and where I've fertilized over the last few years is a little bit better dirt. This one looks like it's doing pretty good. I mean, for weed free, no. But normally at this time of year, this would be a 4-foot high jungle if I didn't have corn and beans in it. So it's not bad. At least it's something that I planted for the most part. Got a lot of cockleburs. Trying to compete yet, but I could wait till these seed heads mature before I spray them, and then I'll disc them in with that big new disc, or the big used one. That's the plan. We'll see how fast the cockleburs compete with them. Not too bad though. So now let's move down the hill here. It's actually 3 different food plots kind of packed into one spot right here. Basically, it's on the other side of the deer tower, which is in the middle of this plot and the last one we just looked at. So let's take a look at this one. This one too was just a mess. It was like super thick with just weeds and grass. Probably get some ticks here. I didn't put any spray on. This ain't doing too bad. I mean, you could see the rows clearly. If we'd have got more rain, these things would be 18 inches tall, most likely. But like I said, the weeds are down compared to years in the past, so it could be a step in the right direction. Oh, look at this mess over here, this one. Cocklebur, this is all cocklebur. However, there is a bunch of buckwheat in here too. It looks very similar to cocklebur. So, like that's a cocklebur, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not. Man, they look similar. Okay, that's a cocklebur, I'm pretty sure. I'm not even sure of that right now. They're looking different. Yeah, them are cocklebur there. It just, that little white flower threw me off. I never seen cocklebur, you know, when they're starting to seed out, which is obviously not good. But look at all the buckwheat in here. This was really just thick with weeds. So this one is looking halfway decent. You know, it's basically fall food prep, so I'll take it. All right, let's get back to the Can-Am. Got a lot of cockleburs coming in. Obviously grass, weeds. We kind of got shafted again by Mother Nature because it stayed, you know, we had a drought. So, I mean, you could see they're flowering out, which they ain't supposed to just yet. They're way early, like probably at least 3 weeks early, if not more, because they're stressed. So I may end up having to spray all this stuff. You know, the crimping did not do its weed-free job, even though, you know, you could see the chaff that's all crimped down here. But it'll add a lot of biomass, and I'll till this stuff in here, getting ready for fall plots. I'll leave them go as long as I can. You know, as long as I could stand it, unless these weeds just get too darn big. But let's go look at one of the better fields. All right, let's head over to my house food plot is what I call it. Basically, it's kind of in our backyard, but you know, it's whatever. It's behind the pond, and then this will be our last checkup. But these three will give you an idea on how the whole farm looks. So let's see my house plot and see how that's looking. All right, this is the plot behind the house, and not doing too bad as far as weed management. This was like the worst, the absolute thickest. The problem I see here is it's so much weed grass in here. I know my other plots look a lot better, so that's why it's doing a little bit better on weeds, although we still got cocklebur coming in. Lots of cocklebur mixed in. But man, you could see the rows. This particular buckwheat does look like cocklebur. I mean, striking resemblance. Oh man, a lot of good memories back here. Might have a full deer camp this year. Might have both of my boys and a couple of their buddies. These antlers.
Oh,
Hey, Phil!
One, two.
All right, try number 2. I started out in that Banks blind on the other plot right across the cornfield here. It's the first day. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Moved into a new blind.
That would be really a lot of fun. One of them's never ever got a deer before. I don't even know if he's hunted or not. I'd say this is doing pretty good. If I can get a drill or borrow a drill before fall, I may drill the grains, and then I may just broadcast the really little stuff, the mix. Brassicas and clover and whatever else I decide. So I guess it is progress. There's an after look. This was mostly all grass in here. There wasn't that much wheat and oats, but the grass was long enough that it crimped. So I'm wondering if this is going to work or if I still got to spray it. We'll find out.